Jesus explains Fall and Rise of the Spiritual Beings. May 4th, 1960. Message 7594. From Jesus through Bertha Dudde. Spoken by Pascal. In the beginning, the beings were incomparably blissful. My love radiated through them continuously, and they felt this illumination as bliss, and they gave themselves to me in ardent love, for they recognized me as their God and Creator, as the original source from whom all bliss emanated. They were perfect, and therefore also blissful in abundance. For the perfect felt connected to me, to whom they were therefore boundlessly devoted. Love filled all these beings, for it continuously flowed from me into them. It was reciprocated, and then returned to me once again. It was the most blissful exchange of strength of love, endlessly delighting both the beings as well as me. And this blissful exchange could have lasted for eternities. It would never have had to stop if the beings had not changed their will, which was free as a sign of their divinity, possessing the ability to determine itself. The being was indeed in brightest realization. It was flooded with light, i.e., it knew of everything. It knew of its origin, of its destiny, and it possessed all abilities that characterized it as my image. Thus, it need not have misdirected its will. Yet my antithesis had an effect on the being, my first created being, which had likewise detached itself from me in free will, and now stood against me, of an utterly erroneous will. Many beings joined this antithesis of mine, because they were able to see it, whereas I remained an inscrutable God to them, and their bliss was thereby impaired. That is, due to their twisted will, they resisted my illumination of love, and consequently could no longer feel the bliss which had initially made them excessively joyous. But I did not prevent them. I allowed them to distance themselves further and further from me, because I knew that I would one day win them back again. Then I would be able to provide them with even greater bliss than before. My love knows no bounds, and therefore the happiness through my love knows no bounds either. It must be able to continuously increase. The ray of love must have an ever stronger effect, and therefore the bliss must also increase into boundlessness. But this also requires creatures which can tolerate such an illumination of love. It demands that my living creations increase their perfection of their own free will by shaping themselves into my children. A work which not I, but only they themselves can accomplish, because free will is necessary for it. And my children will now be able to endure such illumination of love. They will constantly receive love and emanate it like me, and therefore they will also be allowed to be incomparably blissful, and their bliss will never find a limit. The being, which is love in itself, cannot help but give love and bring delight. My fundamental nature is love, and I would not be God if the strength of love did not move me into new creations perpetually. For I wish to please, and everything only contributes towards providing the beings I had once created with bliss, which will last for eternity. And thus, all beings brimming with love are also moved by a tremendous urge to create and shape new creations, for they receive the strength to do so from me, because love constantly permeates them, and love is the strength that creates and shapes. But my strength of love can only permeate a being once it has become love itself, when it has once again accepted my true nature, within which it initially existed. That it will enter this original state once again is and remains my goal, which I will achieve one day. And then will bliss be unlimited. The bliss I will prepare for the being that has become my child and returned to me forever. Amen.